Welcome back to another episode of the Inquisitive Mamba podcast. This is episode 90. 90, one of those things. Max, it's great to have you back on. I see you're outside. I know you're on vacation with the family. So how was your weekend? How's it going?
It was great. Got to go to Cincinnati to see the Bengals put the whooping on Nick Mullins and the Vikings. Don't know if that's something to be super proud about, but sitting in Columbus right now, I think it's like 28 degrees out right now. It's absolutely freezing, but I'm soaking it up. I'm liking it. We don't get this in Florida, so I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, so the game was good, though?
Mm-hmm. Probably one of the best games I've seen in Paul Brown Stadium, now known as Paycor.
Yeah.
With overtime victory. I don't know if I've ever seen an overtime victory. I've definitely seen overtime losses there, and the crowd was packed all the way up until the last second. So I've seen very many Bengals games where the crowd is gone by the end of the third quarter. So it was super cool.
You guys were down 17-3 at one point during the game. It was very sluggish to start. I was like, man, this game is really boring. And then the Bengals had other plans in the fourth quarter. I mean, we know Jamar Chase got hurt, but that miraculous T. Higgins catch.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Looking back at that, it makes me worried about Jake Browning because that was the worst throw ever. But just like T is like, there's no better receiver in the league with 50-50 balls. Like he can just high point the ball better than almost everyone. So to see him get up there, his arms are like octopus. Like his arms are like 8 feet long, and he can get above any corner. So it was really impressive to see.
And you guys play the Steelers this weekend.
Yep. We'll be watching.
Is it in Pittsburgh, or is it in Cincinnati?
If it was in Cincinnati, we'd be going. So it's in Pittsburgh.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Well, that'll be a good one there, too. So I'm excited for that one. But, yeah, that was a great game. I was just blown away. I was like, dang, they won an overtime. Like, it was a great game. Saturday action was fun.
Yep.
So how about that Bills-Cowboys game, Cowboys-Bills? Did you watch any of that?
Yes, I did watch almost all of that. That was, it was just an absolute destruction, complete beatdown.
Want to hear something funny, though? Josh Allen after the game, since he said, I felt like the kid that didn't do anything in a class project but got an A. He said that after he threw for 94 yards, a touchdown, and 1 rushing. He said, I'll do this 10 times out of 10. Man, keep going. Hey, we've been talking about the Bills the past few weeks on the podcast, and they keep winning, and it just seems like now the Bills are starting to become the most dangerous team in the NFL. I know how we said last week the Bengals were, in that ballpark there, but I feel like the Bills are, they're playing with everything to lose, but also at the same time, they're not, because nobody really expected them to. People did expect them to make the playoffs, but they didn't because they were slipping there. They've won, 2 in a row now. So
no, it was all panic when they were at 6-6. Like everyone was like, they're done. That's it. There's no way they're coming back from this because they had the hardest stretch of games over the end of the season, and that from 6-6 they had the Chiefs and then the boys, and they've taken care of both of them. So I've said it every week, but I need the Bills to be a good team by the end of the season so I can make use of the tickets we've got to the last game. So I'm a Bills fan, even though it might not be good for the Bengals. I do want to see the Bills at least play for something. It might be even better. Yes. It would be even better if we need the Dolphins to win to get the Bills out of the playoffs so that the Bengals can get in.
All these
that would be electric.
Late in the season,
that would be electric. Yeah. If I'm at the Dolphin Stadium and the Dolphins beat the Bills to send the Bengals to the playoffs, I would lose my mind.
Yeah, so I do want to stick on the Bills and the Cowboys game a little, Cowboys-Bills just a little bit. Everyone was freaking out because the Cowboys got blown out. They're 7-0 at home. They're 3-4 on the road now. It's the NFL. It's a week-to-week thing. I'm not going to sit here and be alarmed because the Cowboys lost. It's one game. It's a December game in Buffalo. The Bills had to win. They couldn't lose that game. Yeah, Dallas looked real. They didn't look the part, but Dak had no time to throw. The Bills' pass rush was just completely attacking the Cowboys' offensive line like nobody else business. Zach Martin got hurt in that game. Yeah, the Cowboys did look undersized at linebacker there, but the Bills had to win that game. James Cook dominated. It was tough to see for Cowboys fans, but I'm not going to write the Cowboys off because of one game. They still have 3 games left, so Bills had to win that game. The Bills played the Chargers this week. Then they play the Patriots. And then they play the Dolphins. So they could potentially win out as well. So it's going to be interesting to see these next few weeks how this will all play out with the Bills.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm excited to watch. Yeah, it'll be good. We've got a good last couple weeks of football. I'm chalking the Steelers game up to a win for the Bengals, so we're good.
Buffalo rushed for 266.
How about the Pats?
We're going to get there. Buffalo rushed for 266 yards, held the ball for 10 minutes longer than Dallas. They had 28 first downs to Dallas's 14. So, I mean, James Cook dominated this game. But what I really liked about this game was it was really good to see James Cook kind of really be utilized in the offense. Remember how we've been talking about the Bills and they need a number one running back, like just throughout the past podcast and just having conversations? Well, Joe Brady's finally utilizing James Cook to his full potential.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't, you know how it is with coordinators. Some coordinators want to use different guys, however they want to go about their offense. But James Cook has just been a fireball these past weeks. We saw what he did against the Chiefs. We saw what he did against the Cowboys. And if they've unlocked him, man, the Bills are going to be tough to beat because.
Oh my God, I think it's an underrated facet of. It's an underrated facet of football. If you can just, I think every team would like if you could just run the ball every single play and just keep getting 3 or 4 yards over and over and over again. Like you said, they had the ball 10 minutes longer than the Cowboys. The clock just runs and runs and runs. The Cowboys keep watching the time slip away, and they can just keep running. And, like, when you do that, it's absolutely soul-sucking to the defense or to the opposing team.
Especially when it's cold weather like that and you're on the road and you're not playing good and the other team is just demolishing you throughout on the ground game. But this game drew in 26.3 million viewers. I mean, no surprise here. Cowboys, there's so many Cowboys fans, a lot of Bills fans as well. So it was kind of like they were, really building this game up because it was a classic game because I'm pretty sure the Bills and the Cowboys played in the 90s with those Super Bowls, I'm pretty sure. So, but there was a lot of hype there. So, but overall, I guess solid game, I guess, for the most part. Your game I have next up here was a good game as well. So, but how about this one though? Jamar Chase is likely to miss some time after suffering the injury, suffering a separated shoulder. So, how are you feeling about that?
I mean, he's not even ruled out yet for this week, as far as I've seen. So, I mean, he's not. It's certainly not super drastic. He could literally play this week. So, I think we'll be all right. And even if he doesn't, I think we'll be all right without him. Yeah,
I mean, the Bengals are playing against Mason Rudolph, so I think they'll be all right.
We just played down to Nick Mullins, so don't count us.
That is true.
Don't count the Steelers out.
Yeah. How about this one though? Eagles Seahawks. Next one I wanted to talk about. Eagles have lost 3 straight. Jalen Hurts finished the game 17-31, $143, no touchdowns, 2 picks, the 2 rough interceptions. He had the 2 rushing touchdowns, the 2 tush push ones, 82 yards and 13 carries. So did you catch any of that game?
Yep.
What did you think of that one?
Ugly. It's crazy to see the Eagles fall apart like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what their answer is. It looks like all I know that Drew Lock that game-winning drive was pretty impressive.
That touchdown was insane to JSN.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
That was unbelievable.
And did you see that it was the same corner covering every single was involved in every pass play on that drive?
Was it James Bradbury?
I can't remember. Yeah, Bradbury was yes. Covering every single catch on that drive, and he allowed every single catch on that drive.
Yeah, they said he allowed 96 yards in that game. They went back and they pulled the stat tracker. So, yeah, I mean the Eagles. But the thing about the Eagles that we've all known for quite some time with this defense is they have a very weak secondary. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're ranked in the bottom barrel of the league. I think it's like 26, 27, 28. So. The thing with the Eagles was when they were winning all those games is their front 7 was so dominant, and it still is, that they was taking so much pressure off the defensive backs, where the defensive backs didn't have to do as much as they do now. So, I mean, you're starting to see, yes, the Eagles are still a really good team. You're going to have bumps, you're going to have hiccups, but when you're losing 3 games in a row like that, and I also don't think Jalen Hurts is 100% fully healthy. I was talking to some Eagles fans, and they were like, "Oh, our season's over. Sirianni is."
Sure, he was sick. It's hard to come off of being sick.
West Coast game, you're flying across country like that. You're not supposed to play. You had the flu before the game, or they're saying he had COVID. Whatever, it doesn't matter. He's not 100% healthy. And the thing about the Eagles too, for their fans, they're going up in flames. Their last 3 games of the season, Max, Giants, Cardinals. Well, they're going to win out.
Play the Giants. They don't play the Giants back-to-back weeks, do they?
No, they play them twice though in the last 3 games. So
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they play the Giants. Giants. Yeah. So it's like when you sit here and you're freaking out about it. Yeah, I know you're focused on the playoffs, but let's focus on these 3 games first. Let's see if the Eagles can get fully healthy. So, but an interesting thing I did see from the game. Did you see the thing about Jason Kelce where he keeps moving the ball up and they haven't called it for years? He got a big false start penalty in the game because of that. So Jason Kelce.
What, is he rolling the ball around? I did not see it.
He's moving the ball up before the play starts. So basically just kind of inching it up a little bit. And they finally caught him. He actually said it cost him after the game.
Really?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. But also, too, another thing about the Eagles, everyone was freaking out about the Jalen Hurts throw at the end there. What is he supposed to do? In hindsight, it's so easy to look, oh, he had the check down route. Well, there's 6 seconds left on the clock. Why the hell is he going to throw a check down? And then they were like, oh, well, Jake Elliott, you get him in range for 60 yards. Do you realize how idiotic that sounds? It's a one-play situation. You got to throw it deep. You're trying to play for the pass interference call. So,
yep.
Yeah. But, yeah, they've lost 3 in a row. But let's give some credit to the Seahawks. They battled. They fought even without Geno Smith. So it was kind of cool to see. And Pete Carroll is 8-0 against the Eagles now.
Really?
Yeah. So
I don't think the Eagles really have much to worry about. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to have a high playoff slot. So they're going to have some home field advantage in the playoffs.
Yep.
So I think it's every team has bad games.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've had a few in a row, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean the Eagles still have a great offense. They have a good front 7. Yeah, their secondary is a little weak. They were missing Slay. Also, Darius Slay only likes to go by Slay. I don't know if you knew that, but he doesn't go by.
I didn't know that. I'll make sure to refer to him by his proper pronouns from now on.
They said that on the broadcast last week. It's just Slay.
Okay.
So, Slay.
That's a very soccer player move. Like that's a very soccer player move. That's a lot of soccer players love to just go by one name.
Yeah, I'm just like Adams.
Zlatan.
So, but
like Adams, yeah, like you call me Joe.
Anyways, after the game, Drew Lock said, "Hey, Jax, if you're 1-on-1, I'm throwing you this pill." Or sorry, before the game-winning touchdown pass. So that was kind of funny. I like that one.
Who said that?
Drew Lock said that to JSN before he threw the touchdown. He said, "Hey, Jax, if you're 1-on-1, I'm throwing you this pill." Did you see after the
Drew Lock is fun to watch?
Did you see after the play on the sideline, he was getting all amped and stuff. It was kind of funny. And then when DK Metcalf walked over, he flinched. I was laughing.
I saw that. He did not flinch. He stepped down from a raised platform. There was no flinch there. That was false advertisement.
Would you flinch if you saw DK Metcalf?
Yes.
If you threw a game-winning touchdown and you're getting all amped, you see DK, you might back up a second.
I don't think so,
He's
Joe.
such a freak of athlete, man. We've talked with him on the past. I was watching Hard Knocks last night, and I finally got a chance to watch some Hard Knocks, and they were showing the play where DK caught the touchdown over the Cowboys defender, and he ran 22.2 miles an hour. It was kind of funny because they were comparing his to Tyreek Hill's. DK is a freak, man. Just watching him.
He's unbelievable.
It's insane how fast he is for his size, too.
I'd love to see him with, like, a real star quarterback.
You love
Geno's good and all. I love Geno, but I'd love to see him with just a real high-powered offense.
Right? Oh my gosh! But yeah, so Jalen Hurts says Eagles aren't committed enough after loss to Drew Lock and the Seahawks. I think that's a weird thing to say if you're Jalen Hurts. I mean, I get you're trying to motivate your guys, but also at the same time, I don't know if that's the right time to say that. What do you think?
You said they're not committed enough?
Yeah, he says we're not committed enough after the loss. When asked what he means commitment, I don't have the dictionary on me right now. So I thought that was kind of weird. What did you think about that?
Whatever. I hate that, like, that conversation of, like, who wants it more, or we just don't want it. It's like, that's just not true. Everyone wants to win the football game. No one is sitting there like, oh, I'm going to take the night off. It's like,
no.
It doesn't happen. You played a shit game. Your quarterback's sick. And to be fair, he didn't have a great game himself. So to blame it on, that's also passing the blame on to the other guys. So
if anything, I think in that situation, he should say, I'm the QB. I'll take full responsibility. I didn't play good. Let's move on to next week. You know, we're ready to get out of here. We take it up as a loss, you know, move on. But to say that they're not committed, especially, you know, I hate the whole social media stuff because Slay was saying that he played good and his players played bad in the Cowboys game. He didn't play, of course, on the Monday night game, but I just
Slay,
yes, Slay, like Slay Ride, you know. But no,
yeah.
I don't like when players do that. But this is the day and age of social media. This is what they do. This one here you're going to like, though. Aaron Rodgers says he's not 100% on the Pat McAfee show. Whoa, we finally came out and he said he's not going to play. We've all known this.
Well, we've known that since the Jets lost any chance of hopes of getting in the playoffs. There's no reason Aaron Rodgers is going to come back at all anyway.
No.
Maybe if they were on the cusp, maybe he would. But I mean, why would he come back now? They've no chance of making the playoffs.
They officially got eliminated last week against the Dolphins.
Yeah, so there's no reason for him to come back.
He would come back. No.
Yeah, I mean, he's still progressing faster than almost anyone ever has. So
yeah, he says if he was 100%, he'd try to play, but he isn't there yet. And also, too, I mean, I feel like we're beating a dead horse at this point. Why the hell would you want to come back with this offensive line?
There's no reason to. He could have been 100% yesterday, and there's no reason for him to come back.
I still don't think he would have did it. I think this is just a big media ploy for him to just.
I think he would have. I think it would 100% would have if he was in the.
Yeah, see,
100%.
I just don't see it because I think with the doctor. Well, I don't know. It's just a weird thing because he's not coming back. We all know it, so it doesn't even matter at this point. But this one here, the Eagles filed a trademark for the tush push. So basically, they filed the trademark for it. So what did you think about that?
What, a trademark for tush push, not brotherly shove?
Both. Yep, both. The Eagles have filed a trademark for tush push, indicates a plan to offer a tush push branded clothing. They filed a trademark for the brotherly shove as well.
I would see the brotherly shove. That's so much more Philly than the tush push.
Yeah, both of them.
But I mean, obviously they're gonna take some money from their fans for that. Why not? That's
smart.
I think that's totally smart. Yeah.
Do you think it'd be more embarrassing?
I'm not buying it, Joe. I'm personally not buying any brotherly shove.
I don't think any. I'm
merch.
not. But do you think it's embarrassing to do that if the NFL bans that play this offseason?
No. No, I think it's for smart business. It's 100% a smart business decision. If they don't do it, some other rando is on the street is going to do it. So yeah, that's not embarrassing. And again, they shouldn't ban the play.
Right. We've
talked about that 100 times.
We've talked about this 100 times. I even asked Josh Hammond, the former Gators receiver, the XFL receiver for the DC Defenders. He said they shouldn't ban it either. He's just in the same boat as you. But it's good to hear other people's opinions because some people think they do. Some people just eye rolls when they watch it. They did it against the Seahawks again, and it's just like clockwork. It's literally odd.
I think something I've never thought about, but if you allow a team to get down to the 20-yard line,
yep,
it's almost a guaranteed 3 points for that team.
Almost,
they're going to get a field goal.
Unless the kicker misses it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably 86% chance to get at least 3 points.
Right.
In the same way that if you allow a team to get 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1, probably an 86% chance they're going to get the first down. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. You've got to stop them from getting to the position to allow them to get the guaranteed play. The same reason you shouldn't have let the team get all the way to the 20-yard line because they're going to get 3 points on you. Well, minimum.
Max, even if they do ban this play, they're going to go back to the generic QB sneak where they just sneak right under the tack or right under the guard or right in between the center, under the center. However they do it, it's still going to be may not be as effective as the tush push because nobody's pushing the players or pushing the QB. Players aren't pushing the QB, but it's still going to work because they have a bang.
It'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I saw a couple teams run the QB sneak this week, and it worked effectively as well. So
yeah, Jake Browning had a QB sneak against the Vikings that was successful.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Speaking of the Bengals again, did you see Joe Mixon's last play where he got hit by Pace and just completely ran him over and just dipped around him?
I did not.
And then Pace was over talking shit to him with his helmet on after the game.
I did not.
Dude, Joe Mixon literally came. It was Pace versus Mixon. There was nobody around. It was on 4th down too, and they hit Joe Mixon. I'm like, fuck. Joe Mixon just came to a halt. All of a sudden, he bounces right off and just gets the touchdown on 4th down. That was, if he didn't get that, it was over. The game was over. And then Pace came over after the game and started talking shit to him with his helmet on while Joe Mixon doesn't have his helmet on. That is the softest shit ever, to walk up to a player without his helmet on with your helmet on.
Jeez.
But if you look at this hit, you gotta clip it. But he literally comes face to face. It's all Pace's fault.
I'm looking it up right now. Joe Mixon.
He literally just head to head. It reminds me of Bo Jackson versus who's that guy? Brian Bosworth.
Oh, here it is. Joe Mixon versus Ivan Pace on 4th and goal.
Yeah, this is badass play, Joe.
Okay, so linebacker. Oh, jeez.
Pace. It's just Mixon versus Pace. That's all it is.
So linebacker just goes. Nobody blocks him. It's just 1-on-1. It's like old school football. and
Mixon just runs him right over.
Yeah.
Pace is a big motherfucker.
Yeah. And what Pace was doing there is he was signaling the audible. He's saying, move, I got this. And he basically just goes one-on-one with Mixon here. Yeah. Jeez.
Good night.
Yeah. Wow. That was electric.
Mm-hmm. You should have seen it in person.
Yeah, you saw it right hand.
Right in my end zone, yeah. Yeah, right in the end. We sit right behind the that end zone.
All right, so this one I really wanted to talk about, and I really need to get your opinion about. The Gardner Minshew, Damontae Kazee, Michael Pittman ejection for Damontae Kazee. He was suspended for the rest of the regular season. So did you see that?
Yeah, that hit on that
yeah.
On
so what
Pittman?
What are your thoughts? I'll give you mine.
I am hesitant to call ugly hits malicious.
Yeah.
I don't like there. It's football is so quick. You have less than 0.3 of a second to react to these plays. So you don't like. He doesn't know where he doesn't know where the. I always mention the Vontaze Burfict and Antonio Brown hit. Like Vontaze Burfict had no idea where Antonio Brown was going to come down out of the sky, and Antonio Brown happened to land head first into his shoulder. That was Antonio Brown's fault, not Vontaze Burfict's fault. Vontaze Burfict was just going for the hit. And you have to go for the hit when the ball's in the air. Like, you have to go for the tackle.
Yep.
To call that malicious, maybe it's negligent, but it's not malicious to go for the hit. And you cannot predict where this player is going to come down and where their head is going to be. That being said, that was pretty ugly play. Like, his head was – there's only one way for – he was going head-to-head. But, you have to – in the heat of the moment, in the 0.3 of a second, you have to go for the tackle. Like, there's nothing you can do. You have to tackle the guy. Is he supposed to just stop, let the guy fall in front of him, and then touch him? You can't expect somebody to do that. It's I don't think it's malicious, but yeah, maybe negligent, but it's impossible in the heat of the moment to make those decisions.
But my thing too, Max, is the NFL, we're going to suspend a player for the rest of the season because your quarterback, Gardner Minshew, threw a bad ball. So we're going to suspend a player without pay for 3 games for the rest of the season because your quarterback threw a bad ball. How is this in any way, shape, or form fair? So this is funny because Tom Brady said this. He said, nobody likes seeing players get hurt, but hard hits happen, Brady woke. QBs should not be throwing the ball in areas where they're exposing their own teammates to these type of hits. Coaches need to coach better. QBs need to read coverages and throw the ball to the right places and to finish a game for hitting the right hitting areas. So it's kind of funny because Tom Brady has elaborated this on his podcast the past few weeks. And
he talks about it all the time. Is how the
coaching is going.
The offense shouldn't benefit from making bad plays.
Offense should benefit from making bad plays 100%. So we're going to suspend a player, Damontae Kazee, for this. I mean, I get it. We're all for player safety, but suspending a guy for that amount of long a time, I could see a fine, but I don't get it. I really don't. It's like
Joe. I'm on the same wavelength.
You can watch this play 20 times over, 100 times 10. You can put magnifying glasses on, and you're still going to see the same result, and nothing is going to change. But when you sit there and you analyze it, and you see that a player is suspended for the rest of the season because of a hit like this, I mean, that's a bit much.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's bang football. You cannot expect players to like.
That's not a good throw.
Stop.
And
look at this.
I don't think, does Kazee have the intention? Does Kazee have the intention? I mean, yes, he's leading. It looks really ugly, but I don't know. I mean, yeah. I just don't.
You have to make the tackle, and like, unfortunately, you go for the tackle, and how the guy falls into you is
it's rough, man. It's rough. Yes, Kazee was suspended for the Steelers' remaining regular season games.
Well,
Bengals, Seahawks,
to be
and
fair,
Ravens. He can appeal the suspension. I don't think he's going to be able to appeal it, but
yeah, fuck the Steelers. So
yeah, okay. You wanted to talk about the Chiefs and the Pats, so we're going to talk a little bit about them. Did you watch any of that game? I watched the entire game. It was painful at some points, but no, you didn't watch it. I'm guessing, right? No,
I did not watch that game. I watched the score. I was playing Rummy Cube with my grandma, so I didn't get to watch that game. But I was watching the score. I saw the Pats were leading it at some point. So
yeah, you were texting me.
Yeah, I've said it over and over. Again, I don't think the Chiefs are the powerhouse that they once were. So
I don't. Yeah, well, we're gonna see here in the next few weeks. But the Chiefs ended up winning.
Just wait for Bengals Chiefs, Joe.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Is it in Kansas City or is it in Cincinnati?
I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to go if it's in Cincy.
Chiefs schedule.
I've never seen Mahomes play.
No, it's in Kansas City.
But I'm not going.
No, it's in Kansas City. So, anyways, yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the Chiefs and the Pats game. The Pats ended up losing 27-17. The first half was pretty good for the most part. I mean, Zappe looked like the part. I said this yesterday to somebody. I was like, Bailey Zappe's like a Ferrari in the first half, and he's like a Toyota Camry in the second half. You get all the good in the first half, and in the second half, he just completely disappears, and he goes back to the Bailey Zappe that we all know and we've all seen the past few weeks. So, but no, Mahomes finished the day with 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Zappe had 180 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. The second half was kind of for him. Overall, I guess, pretty good game. Patriots fans were pretty upset because there were some penalties in that game that should have potentially gone called the other way. There was a defensive back holding, I think, in the third quarter with Patriots corner Alex Austin. He kind of ticky-tack held him. There was a fumble by Jabril Peppers, but they negated it because of the ticky-tack holding. So Patriots fans were mad about that. But I mean, like I said, first half was fun to watch. This one, though, Rashee Rice, 9 receptions, 91 yards for the Chiefs. He's starting to break out for them, or if he's already broken out, their rookie receiver. So he's kind of Mahomes' new guy. But let's talk about Kadarius Toney, the interception. Oh, my gosh.
It sucks to see because I mean, Kadarius Toney is he's really exciting to watch. He's super quick. Like in the open field, he is really exciting to watch.
Yes, sir.
But oh my God, he just is literally mentally crumbling, dude.
Yes.
Crumbling. I mean, all season he's been making mental mistakes.
Yep.
You just can't do that.
Mahomes was irate on the sideline.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's sad to see. It's like those. I mean, who is like that? I don't know. There's always been players that are just have all the intangibles, but they can't stop making the mental mistakes. I
don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
They stick around in the league and they keep making them.
It's the mental mistakes, 100%. You said it perfectly. It's all up here, and if he can get that out of if he can get all the jitters out, we know Tony's crazy in open field. We know what Tony's capable of. So if he can get that out of his head, for his sake, I hope so, because they were saying he will definitely not want to go on social media. I mean, Pat was pissed beyond measures, but the Patriots.
Pat is looking like an absolute baby back bitch lately. It's absolutely driving me nuts, dude. The way he just pouts on the sideline is just so pathetic, dude. You never ever see like Joe Burrow on the sideline pouting like that. Reminds me of a young Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady going out there and loves to just bitch and moan on the sideline.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that. But anyways, no, Jelani Tavai.
It's a very diva play.
Giovanni Tavai made a hell of a play. Taking that ball away. So it was a good game overall. I mean, for the most part, I mean, it was, a lot of ups and downs, but this was really cool to see what Andy Reid had to say. When you're as close as the AFC is right now, wins are hard to get, and they're important, Chiefs coach Andy Reid said. Noting that New England has lost 7 games by 1 score. This Patriots team is so close. They're doing a nice job with their defense. They're salty. He's not wrong. I mean, the Patriots have been in a lot of close games. Yes, the Patriots are not a good team, but I think they're a lot better than their record, but it's a week-to-week thing. I mean, you lose games by 1 score. It reflects, it shows. And then there's the other side of the coin where they're in the, running for the number 1 pick. So this one, another one about Travis Kelce here, though. He said it's wild to even think about when he was asked about Bill Belichick potentially being his last game in Foxborough. But I've got a feeling that guy still has a lot of football left in him. Kelce said, I've got all the respect in the world for that guy. Every single time I go up against him, it's the toughest job in the NFL to go up against a Belichick defense. So, yeah, I mean, we all know how great of a coach Belichick is. Their defense was pretty darn good in that game. Mahomes had a lot of yards, but still, I mean, they played pretty good against Mahomes for considering what they're going up against and what they even have to offer. So,
I just can't see. I mean, we've talked about it every week, but I just can't see Belichick, like teams wanting Belichick. Like everyone's looking for the next Mike McDaniels, like the young prodigy.
The Ben Johnson.
No one wants
coordinator from the Lions, dude. That's another.
Yeah, no one wants Belichick. He's looking like he's old and washed. Like, do they want? They're
going to be getting. Well, if he does leave, I've really started to think about this the past few weeks. I think the Chargers really makes the most sense. You have a good roster. There's a QB waiting for you already. You're going to have upper management with the GM. The Chargers just fired Tom Telesco. They just fired Brandon Staley. Christmas came early, but the thing about the Chargers is it's a perfect situation. Now, will he do it? That's the thing. I don't know. He's 71 years old. I really don't think
would he really want to cross the country?
I don't think age is a factor for Belichick at this point. I really think it's about if he wants to continue to coach. That's really what it's going to come down to.
I think the Chargers is a really good opportunity for him because
I think so. Yes.
Obviously, he's been struggling with Mac Jones. Like, yeah, they have good stars on defense. I think they're getting older, but does he really want to cross the country after 20 years in New England to go to LA?
Well,
who knows?
The thing about that too, Max, is the Chargers would have to give up a first-round pick for Belichick. They'd have to give up a draft pick, most likely a first. Kind of like how
really is he under contract?
He's under contract, yes, because he said.
Is that ever like confirmed? His contract extension, like long term? Because I saw that was like.
Earlier
the team never said anything about it.
Earlier in the year, he signed a contract extension. You know how the Patriots are. He's under contract, I'm pretty sure, until 2025. You can look it up. Or it's one more year, I know that for sure. But they would have to give up a draft pick to acquire Belichick, kind of like how the Sean Payton with the Saints. So it'll be interesting to see if that'll even happen. Are the Chargers going to be willing to give up a first-round pick for Belichick at this point in his time and age of his career?
Well, I mean, if you look at that, there's so much ice.
That's insane.
If you look at what the Chargers have, everyone looks at them and they say they have the players.
Yeah, they're just missing.
So maybe they're just missing the coach. So I think it would be worth it. They've got a lot of players that are getting a little older, so they need to do it now.
Yeah. So we're talking a little bit about the Broncos and the Lions. Did you watch any of that game?
The Lions and the Broncos
and the Lions. Yeah, the Saturday game.
I didn't get to watch it. I did not get to watch it. I was driving back from the Bengals game.
So it was 42-17, but really the highlight of that game, actually, I mean, the Broncos had no answer for the Lions offense at all. I mean, they couldn't stop them to save their life. But I think the highlight of that game, the Sean Payton, Russell Wilson exchange on the sideline. Did you see that?
No. Oh, Sean Payton was yelling at.
So Sean Payton was completely, berating Russell Wilson. We've had this conversation about Sean Payton, Russell Wilson in the past, but if you're a coach in the NFL, there's a time and a place to do this. I don't think Sean Payton needs to be berating and going after his quarterback like that in that situation. I just don't see why you need to be doing that. They're down 28-7. Okay, if there's a play that he missed or something, but why are we doing this? Like, what's the point? What are we getting at here? And then after the game, he said, "Oh, what's my business with Russell is none of your business." Okay, fine, but you can pull him aside and do that. But Sean Payton's an old school football coach. That's how he is. It was just really weird. It was just like, oh man. So what did you think of that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is their business. It's not the media's business, but it's always tough to see star players getting yelled at by coaches because you can really lose the locker room. And you know how, especially an absolute whiny baby diva like Russell Wilson, you don't want to get on his bad side. So I think as long as they're good, who cares? As long as their relationship is good.
Yeah, I'm sure they chalked it up, but still, I think in that moment, like, you kind of know, it kind of goes back to the Caleb Williams things when he played Washington. He was crying on the sideline, crying to his mom to the game. Different implications here, but the point about this is, why are you doing this in this situation? I mean, I don't think Sean Payton really cares, but still, like, the aftermath of it, like, you're going to see. So I don't know. I just thought that was weird. But this one, though, was interesting. Back to the Eagles in the Seahawks game, A.J. Brown snapped at a Seahawks staffer after the worker throws a blindside shoulder. So DK was out of bounds. A.J. Brown, excuse me. A.J. Brown was out of bounds, and a Seahawks staffer, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he kind of looked like he nudged him. Did you see it?
No. I mean, he's probably just defending himself. Like, it's hard when you're unpadded and you've got padded players. I guess I haven't seen it, but when you have
kind of throwing a shoulder, like, I don't think you need to be throwing your shoulder. Like, it didn't look on purpose, but still, like, in this situation, like, you already saw the Dom DeSandro thing a few weeks ago. Like, why are you, and why are you doing this? Also, DeSandro actually was suspended for the rest of the season.
Yeah. No, the Eagle staff are some dogs.
No, it was Seahawks staffer. He bumped into
the Seahawks staffer.
Yeah. So sticking on this point here, though, it's just like another one of those things. And I was just like, well, yeah. So AJ Brown wasn't too happy about it. So you'll have to go back and you'll have to see it, and you'll have to let me know what you think of it.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, though, I wanted to hear your opinion about. J.J. Watt calls for the Titans to surrender the Oils themed jerseys after the Texans win. What did you think of that?
It doesn't make any sense at all, but
whatever. I actually thought he had a really good point. Whatever team wins that year gives the jersey back. So if the Texans win, they get it for the year, and then if the Titans win, they get it for a year.
Yeah, that would be funny, but it doesn't make any sense. But as whoever can wear the Oilers jerseys, we need more Oilers jerseys.
Yeah,
they're so sick. Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers. That's right.
Those jerseys are really cool too.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Oilers, the Houston Oilers, or the throwback jerseys, do you think those are the coolest in the NFL? No biasy?
Well, the Bengals don't have good throwbacks, so
okay, perfect. So
no bias.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, they probably are. They probably are that. The Dolphins throwbacks are really.
I was going to say the Dolphins throwbacks are really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're probably the best.
So
what else can you think of?
Oilers one, then them two. The Kelly Green Eagles are sick too.
Oh yeah. I would say Oilers, Kelly Green Eagles, then the Dolphins.
All right, let's do five. Let's do two more. So what else is there? The Vikings purple ones are really cool too.
Not a fan.
Purples, not a fan.
No. Nope.
Okay, let's see here. We got the Dolphins, we got the Eagles, we have the Oilers. Those three right there. Two more. Oh, the Patriots red ones. I think they're really cool. The throwbacks.
Are those throwbacks?
Yeah. What?
Or are those alternate?
Those are throwbacks.
Really?
Yeah, with the old logo with the guy and the helmet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the red. Yeah, those are sweet.
My top three is solidified. I don't think there's any other that can.
You don't have two more?
No, I can't even think of any other ones.
The Patriots, that's four, and then there's one. There's got to be one more. Let's see here. Well, the Packers had those hideous ass jerseys, those circle ones. Those were hideous. And the Steelers Bumblebees were hideous as well.
Yeah, those, but they haven't worn those.
Oh, the Chargers light blue, like powder blue or the baby blue.
Oh, Seahawks. The Seahawks throwback jerseys were pretty cool.
Okay, all right. So one,
and then you've got the Broncos orange jerseys.
Oh, the orange crush. Yeah, but the Seahawks are cooler.
It's one Seahawks, one Eagles, two Oilers, three Dolphins, four Seahawks for me.
It's one Oilers, two Dolphins. Patriots fans will be upset, but two Dolphins, three the Patriots ones, four Seahawks, and then five was who was five? Who the hell was five? Dang it, I can't think.
Broncos?
No. I said my five were the Patriots, Dolphins, Oilers, Seahawks. What was my fifth?
Wasn't the Broncos? Eagles? No.
Eagles, yes, Eagles. Yeah. Okay, so those are my five right there. Okay. All right, but this one though was pretty interesting. Devin White told the Bucs he couldn't go after the team.
Ooh, we didn't talk about the Falcons. I love the old Falcons logo.
Oh yeah, but not
Falcons. Pretty sick.
All right. Aside, before we talk about this one, the old Niners ones are cool too, the throwbacks. Devin White told the Bucs he couldn't go after the team decided not to start him against the Packers. So basically, Devin White missed the last two games, and this game he was fully healthy, was no lingering injury from what basically the media said, and also Todd Bowles said after the game. Devin White just didn't want to play. So I thought that was kind of weird, but also kind of goes back to earlier this year in the offseason. Devin White wanted a contract extension from the Bucs, and he didn't get it. He decided to play. He hasn't been that good this season. So what did you think of him?
It's not a good look to tell your team that you don't want to play. And was he fully healthy?
Yeah, so Tampa Bay linebacker Devin White was set to return against the Packers since he had the foot injury the past two games. Instead, he didn't take the field, and not because of a lingering injury, but because he didn't want to. Todd Bowles said we made him inactive based on him saying he couldn't go today. So Todd Bowles said. That's probably a question for him. I'm not sure. He said his foot was sore when asked if White told him, but he told me he couldn't go, so he played the guys we had to play. Your foot was sore, but you're ready to go? I don't really understand that. I think it kind of goes back to he doesn't want to play because he wants money, but it's in the end of the season, so I don't really understand.
With playoff contention, but I mean, even if they make the playoffs, it's not like they're going to do much. But it's hard to give up on your team when you have.
He asked for a trade back in March as well.
Yeah, I think he would be better off somewhere else. Honestly, with the way that the Bucs are looking right now.
Yeah. So this last part here, though, for the NBA, Lakers raising the in-season tournament banner, and it's pathetic as you thought it would be. So they raised it, of course, that we talked about. There was videos that they showed. The crowd was basically unresponsive. There was like hardly any cheering. I mean, yeah, this makes total sense. I mean, what's there to cheer about? The Lakers are now 3 games over 500. It feels like the in-season tournament was 10 years ago, the way the NBA, how many games they play. So,
yeah, I mean, the only people that want it to make sense are the league and the teams.
right.
The players actually don't care, and the fans, as of right now, don't care. But the league is going to do anything in their power to get the fans to care,
100%.
and that means having all the same honors that you would if you got a championship and trying to get people involved. So,
yep,
it makes sense from a business standpoint.
Yes, sir. A little bit of pop culture, and then we'll wrap up. This was funny, though. I loved this one. Bernie Kosar reveals Taylor Swift bakes cinnamon rolls for Travis Kelce. The Swifties lost their minds.
You're lying, Joe.
I'm not lying to you.
She bakes cinnamon rolls?
Yes, Max, she does.
I'm surprised she knows how to use an oven, to be honest. I'm literally shocked she knows how to use an oven.
Are you a cinnamon rolls guy or no?
I love cinnamon rolls, of course. Who doesn't like cinnamon rolls?
I don't know. Some people don't. Do you think they're like a top 2, top 3 like side thing for breakfast?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean,
the Pillsbury ones, they're so good.
Yeah, cinnamon rolls are fantastic. I don't get to have them all that often, but when I do, I'm loving it. And I'm sure Travis Kelce's loving it from Taylor Swift.
Yeah, everyone was like, he's slowing down a little bit because of those cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
According to Kosar, she showed up with cinnamon rolls to the star tight end. Bernie Kosar. Hey, it's kind of cool when you see Bernie Kosar and Taylor Swift kind of collabing. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift comes in by herself, so nice and humbled, Kosar said. I heard she was awesome getting a chance to meet her. I can't believe how awesome she was. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it's just like a random thing, but like cinnamon rolls are so good, so it kind of like makes it even more fun.
Yeah, Joe, that's super fun.
But she actually has a documented history of bacon for those she cares about. So it's a thing. Like, I never even knew about it, but I looked it up online. But going back to the Chiefs and the Pats game, Taylor Swift was pissed. Did you see that when she was mad that he dropped the touchdown?
That play.
Hey.
And she used the F word.
So actually, I'm glad you said that because there was a lip reader expert and he said she didn't say the F word.
What did she say?
Here it is. It's in here somewhere. Oh my gosh. Freeman said it appeared she was uttering one of the 3 potential words, frug, fry, or fruck. Given the context and her vocal expression, it is plausible that she might have altered her intended word mid-sentence upon realizing she was being observed. So she almost said it, but she caught herself. Do you believe that?
I don't think it freaking matters.
I thought it was kind of
Who cares? Yeah. So, she's an adult woman. She's allowed to curse.
But anyways, though, you see the play, though, when Travis got bumped and he dropped it. She put her hands up in the air. I thought it was kind of funny. That was a questionable play. She's been going to games for a short time now, and she's already getting into it like we have every week.
Yep, she loves it. She's just one of the guys.
She's the F-bomb. So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And then Brittany Mahomes posted a picture. Your favorite person of this bakery.
She's unbearable, dude.
This bakery in Massachusetts, the Foxborough area, baked them cookies, and it said "Dad's, Brad's, and Chad's."
She's just so unbearable. She wants to be likable so hard that she's just like so unlikable. It's disgusting.
I actually said I made a clip earlier before the Pats and the Chiefs and the Pats game, and I said she's going to be at that game 100%. She loves Gillette Stadium. Gillette Stadium loves her. This makes total sense.
Hey, who in Gillette Stadium loves her? No one loves her other than Patrick.
Well, no, not the fans, but the Gillette Stadium in general, because she's held a lot of concerts there. She has a home in Rhode Island. So.
Oh, you're talking about Taylor?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not talking about. I thought we were talking about.
No. I thought we were talking about Brittany.
No. So, anyways, though, This is a funny one. Spirit passenger attacks police on a Florida-bound flight in a disgusting budget brawl. I watched the video last night, and they were escorting the guy off the plane, and he starts dropping all these F-bombs, and he starts swinging on the police. Did you see that one?
No.
Oh, my gosh. 'Tis the season for emotions to boil over on a budget flight.
I mean,
on a Spirit flight.
Dude, I'll never understand why. I mean, that's what you get when you fly like Frontier. People are
I know,
just
but
like
Max,
so
I never
stupid.
understood this. Like, why does this even happen on the Spirit or Frontier flights? And I don't want to make fun of people because of like budget flights and stuff, but like, why does this happen on these flights? And you don't.
Dude, I have no shame. I'll fly Frontier. If the cheapest flight is Frontier, I'll be on that Frontier flight. Dude, I'm not paying a premium to go on Delta. And there are some people that should not be on airplanes on those flights. But I'm flying for like $15. Like I'm gonna be on that flight. But
next to the person eating their greasy ass food.
But what you have to understand is that you just paid $15 for a flight. it's not going to be a very enjoyable experience.
That's
flying
true.
is never. You could, I mean, unless you're first class, flying is never an enjoyable experience.
Unless you
being locked in a being locked in a tube for 2 to 5 hours is always terrible, no matter how you're
100%. 100%.
with no Wi-Fi. It's always terrible.
Southwest actually has Wi-Fi, which is nice. I usually fly United because I have a United, member. But even if you're still a member, you still have to get basic economy. So when you fly, you don't even get like the perks. Yeah, it still sucks. Like you're cramped up in there. My long ass legs. Oh my gosh.
This is my thought is that flying always sucks no matter what. Like no matter what. So you might as well get the cheapest flight, and you have to expect to not have a good time. And when people get pissed off that they're not having a good time, they're just morons. It sucks.
It sucks. It's one of those things. Yeah, if you're not flying first class, even economy plus is good, but like the seats are not that comfortable as it is. Like I actually I'm on planes,
they're never comfortable.
Around. I can't sit down. I also I also start talking to the person next to me. Hopefully I fingers crossed that they're friendly, but yeah. Like
I know you, Joe. You'd love to talk to them.
Oh my God. Oh, I love it.
I'm sure you're everyone's worst nightmare to sit next to.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
There was a guy in my last flight I made friends with. He was a sports guy, and we talked for 2 hours. I told my dad, I was like, Dad, the flight went by so fast. He goes, yeah, I wonder why, because you talked to the guy the entire time.
I'm sure he was dreading it.
No, he loved it.
Okay, good.
Oh, maybe in the moment he loved it, but so. Hey, this one, you're going to love this one. Max, there's actually betting odds out. When will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift? There's actual betting odds out.
I'm taking the over. I don't think Taylor Swift is a human capable of marriage. She is destined for heartbreak, and this relationship will probably not last another year.
Do you want to make a friendly wager?
No.
That Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce do get married?
No, I don't. They're not getting married.
Taylor Swift.
But I'm not putting money on
the engagement odds. January to September of 2024 plus 160, never plus 270. October to December of 2024 plus 390. December of 2023 plus 700. So there's actual odds out, and then 2025 plus 750.
That's really dumb.
All right, which one are you picking? You're picking never, right? So
I'm taking never, dude. She's the problem. She's incapable of love.
According to bookies.com, nearly 40% of odds makers they asked believe the Chiefs tight end will propose between January and September. So I can't believe there's actual odds out about this.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They've been dating for four to 5 months.
But they've been dating during the season, and she's been on her tour. They don't even get to see each other all that often. She comes to the games, right now. Then they're traveling
time together because she's home, and they're so.
Yeah, but wait till the off season when they actually have to spend time together, and Travis has to be on tour with her. Then we'll see how the relationship really is.
Max, you're gonna love this one. There was a Bengals fan who turns 105 this past Saturday. Did you see that? There was Did you see it? What did you think of it?
Bengals fans live forever, Joe.
Yeah, God bless Bengals fans.
Yeah, it's good luck to the Bengals fans.
I think you need to do the same thing. You need to watch football and crush fireball shots and act just like her.
And live till I'm 105?
Well, possibly. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too, Joe.
I hope so too. I've met some older people, and they said that their key is success is drinking a lot of milk.
Is that right?
Yeah. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, I've talked to some of them, and I've seen
I drink a lot of Diet Coke. I hope that it's similar properties to milk.
I don't think so. What would you? So we have whole milk. We're gonna stick with the regular milks. We're not gonna stick with the fancy milks.
Joe, I don't know.
Whole milk.
I don't know. I don't drink milk.
Whole milk and 2% milk. What would you compare that to with Coke and Diet Coke? I would say Coke is like whole milk, and 2% is like Diet Coke.
Yeah, I think everyone in the world would say that because that's exactly what it is. Yeah, 2% is low fat, like Diet Coke.
Boom.
Low calorie.
I got it right there.
Yeah,
I called the play before it even happened.
That's not even an observation. That's just a fact.
Well, kind of, but it's, at the same time, you got the red cap, you got the blue cap, and you got the green cap. So.
Right. Okay.
So, all right, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
This one though, did you see this? Michael Jordan told former Patriots receiver Julian Edelman, "Don't F it up after betting a bunch of money." Did you see that clip? I thought that was pretty funny.
I did not see that clip, but I agree with his sentiment.
He describes the NBA legend as a little bit standoffish, but so basically there was a time in the 2014 Super Bowl before the game, and Edelman bumped into Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan was like, "I got money on you, don't F it up." Imagine if you met Michael Jordan, your receiver in the NFL as the Patriots, and you see him and he says that to you.
Yeah, Michael Jordan is, he's like bigger than God. It's insane. That would be a crazy thing to do.
Even former players have said like they've like walked up to him and they feel like he's a ghost.
Yeah.
Would you feel that way if you met Michael Jordan, or if you saw Michael Jordan? Would you feel the same way?
Dude, yeah, he's literally bigger than life. He's like insane.
What person would you feel like if you met like that in that situation? Like if you met somebody like in your like ballpark of like people you look up to, or not look up to, but just like speechless or like just like in awe if you met somebody like that.
Definitely Jordan's up there.
I would say
walking through the background.
I would say Wayne Gretzky for me.
You'd have to be Brady for you too.
Yeah, Brady and Gretzky, but like Gretzky, just the aspect of like, yes, of course Brady, but Gretzky, just how much the great one for hockey.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Michael Jordan would be up there. I don't know if anyone else.
Yeah, I think that's fair too. Maybe LeBron, but he's still playing too.
LeBron, especially like a lot of the basketball players are just massive people in general.
They're just so big.
Yeah.
Well, when I met the Lakers player Jackson Hayes a couple months ago, he's nowhere near on that category, but just how big he was, I was like, holy crap. Like just seeing them in person, like you see them on TV and you see them in person, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Max, we went to the Bucks in the Bengals game last year and we saw Brady like fairly up close and we were like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We're at the tunnel and we were just like, whoa, like just
looking right over the edge of the tunnel.
Yeah. So
you see him right there.
I think I saved the last part, the best for last. What are your top 5 Christmas movies of all time?
Okay. Christmas Vacation.
Yep, there's one.
Clark Griswold.
Yes.
Yep, National Lampoons.
Yes.
Home Alone.
Okay.
Classic.
Yep.
Rudolph. I'm a lifelong Rudolph fan. That was my favorite one growing up.
You might need a red nose for Christmas. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rudolph. Polar Express.
Okay.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably
I got 4 so far.
One more. What's the one with the Heat Miser?
Oh, I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking
Mr.
about.
Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Sun. That one.
Heat Miser Christmas movie?
Yeah. That's probably one of my favorites.
Oh, there's 2. Oh no, sorry. There's 2. Yeah, there's A Miser's Brothers, or there's The Year Without a Santa Claus. There's 2. There's A Year Without a Santa Claus. So which one?
Yeah. Year Without a Santa Claus.
Okay, that's the 1974 one. Okay, my top 5. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation's 1. A Christmas Story is 2. 3 Home Alone. 4 The Grinch. 5 Elf. Those are my 5 right there. I've never.
Oh, Joe, Elf. Elf is my number 5. Yeah. Good call.
Okay, so ours are pretty close then. I think Christmas Vacation is the best Christmas movie of all time.
So good. I need to watch it today, probably.
Yeah, you probably do. La 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 la.
I haven't watched any Christmas movies this holiday season yet.
I watched Genie, the one on Peacock with Melissa McCarthy. It was pretty funny, but nowhere near as funny as these. I still haven't seen the classics Miracle on 34th Street or It's a Wonderful Life. I have to watch those. Or if I did, I was really young when I watched them.
I haven't seen them
but
either.
Christmas Vacation's a classic, and Christmas Story as well. So those are my 5 right there. I had Home Alone is a classic as well. There's also 2 Home Alone, so you can put like 1 and 2 right next to each other if you'd like. So, but yeah, 5 days until Christmas, Max. I think that does it for us.
I'm excited, Joe.
Yes, sir.
We'll see. I will see you on Christmas Day.
Your birthday?
No, I won't be home till late on my birthday. It'll be like you won't see me then.
But
Christmas Day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys.
Joe, Joe, you got to come to Cousin Kyle's late on Christmas Day.
I will. That does it for us, guys. The Inquisitive Mamba podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Thanks again, always, for the support. We really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in to another episode with myself and Max, we hit on the NFL. We talk some pop culture, Christmas movies, and we're 5 days away from Christmas. So we will see you guys next time.
Joe, next time in person.
Yes, sir. Book it.
Yes, sir.